Respect.
Yeah, he went off. He went
All
off.
right.
He went off on that. Definitely 21.
21. What up, y'all? We
What
back.
it does, what it is.
We're back. My name is Mac. I'm here with,
Eastside Johnny.
and this is I'll Call You Back, episode number 6.
6. Wow.
After a hiatus.
Yeah. Of like what, 4 weeks?
About 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
I feel like that's what the holidays do to you. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Events and things and out of town and travel and all that good stuff. But how you feeling? You look great today, by the way.
I appreciate it. You know, I had to come with the Ragi,
I feel like
swag.
you should be in Tokyo right
You
now.
stupid. That's how I feel. I feel like I should be in Japan, but
Tokyo Drift.
You silly. But I'm great. I mean, life is good. Like you said, enjoy the holidays,
Yeah.
enjoy vacation
Yeah.
with the family, and just really enjoy just kind of laying low and just chilling. What
Chilling.
about yourself?
Same. I mean, you know, I was in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to Universal and just had a good time. Universal is a way superior park than Disney.
Right.
If you're an adult,
Right.
there's a
Yeah,
lot
that's
more
true.
Fun things to do. So it's Florida. Orlando's a great place, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vibe. I feel like I could kind of live there, possibly.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't. It's too hot.
Is it?
Too
high. I tell you, it wasn't hot on my vacation.
Really?
Though. Oh, it was cold.
But it was during the cold front.
Yeah, the whole United States was cold that week.
Yeah.
So
That was
a
an
bad
anomaly.
Yeah, it was just a bad week to go to Florida for sure.
Well, probably a good week because it wasn't hot. Was
True.
it warm?
No, I mean, no. Cause
Oh, you said it was cold. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. All you needed was a hoodie, and so that's great. I love hoodie weather, but we had tickets to go to the water park, and we couldn't do that because it was just too cold
It was
for
too
that.
cold. Yeah.
But the first night was real cold though. Like we were underprepared.
So what did y'all do? Like give them without giving them too much,
Right?
Because unless Disney or Universal Studios want to pay, give them a rundown of like maybe certain attractions, certain things y'all found fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got the park hopper. So we were at they had 3 parks, and we did Universal and Islands of Adventure. My daughter, who's 8, she got on all the big rides for the first time. She was tall enough to ride everything. So she rode the new Jurassic Park ride that was like upside down and all that kind of stuff. She rode everything.
Wow.
So she was like, she's a pro now. She's not scared of nothing.
She's not scared. Ollie's scared of everything.
Yeah?
Yeah. Literally everything.
Man. And again, it's normal because she was a little timid, but she never backed out. And some
That's
of the
good.
rides were like those were adult rides. Like there was adults that were not trying to get on the ride.
But you think about it, when we took him to Carowinds, it was the same way. So she's always
True. She's always
been like, yeah, let me get that. Ollie like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and play in the park.
Yeah.
And let
So-
her rock out. But
Yeah, so I enjoy that. So now her and I can ride when we go to Carowinds. Now we can ride the big rides if she's tall enough now. But that was dope. It was my birthday, so we went out to dinner one night and this dope restaurant in Universal City, whatever it's called.
the City Walk.
City Walk.
Okay, which do you know the name?
It's called Big Fire. I
Fire?
think it's new. It was
Okay,
it was a vibe
okay.
though. You can see the kitchen through the window. The chef's cooking all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Okay.
The salmon was to die for, and
Expensive taste. I could dig it. I could dig
the
it.
the old fashioned had that nice little cherry in there that I like. It was a vibe. So
What about the big ice cube?
yeah.
They had that. Okay.
Yes, yeah. It's a
if
must.
you don't have the big ice cube, it is not an old fashioned.
True. You gotta have the block.
The block, the big
Yeah.
the big boy.
I'm craving one right now. Actually,
Oh my gosh,
it's been a minute.
This guy.
Yeah. So tell me about you. Where'd you go? Where you been?
So similar to you, except we were celebrating Ollie's birthday. We went to New York.
Okay.
He saw Hamilton in I think 2021. We weren't on it when it first came out.
So he saw Hamilton like the show live.
But he saw. I'm giving the backstory. So he saw it on Disney.
Okay.
Disney Plus.
Got it.
I think 2021, and then he was a fan of it, and so I'm like, I grew up. Well, my mom, she was like the drama teacher and all that, so like it's kind of natural for us to like the arts in that regard. So once I realized my son enjoyed it, I was like, let's just encourage him further. I will not take his mother shine. It was her idea to initiate the actual trip.
thing. Okay.
I had a similar idea, so we just combined forces and went up there. Beautiful. He got to tour where Hamilton is buried, his home, a few other places.
Like
but
actually in New York.
yeah. So it's in Harlem.
Oh, dope! I didn't know that.
Yeah. Which I didn't, because like just thinking about history, you would think it's in the DC, DMV area, but that wasn't the case. It was actually New York, but you would hear that in the Broadway show. So
Yeah.
But needless to say, we went to the Broadway show. It was amazing. I will say Disney and the actual Broadway are both great.
Okay.
It's just you do have a Disney version. and that's, you have to keep it
You gotta
family
keep it.
friendly.
Okay.
This one, it was a little bit more risque, a little more words, a little more curse words, but a lot of soul that made it very dope. So I would recommend everybody to go to one show. Just one show, get that experience, because it's all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I would like to go. I want to go to a show that's dope though.
Right.
I've heard some that are a bit like you have to be a very connoisseur of Broadway to enjoy
Right.
some of them, but
Right.
I'm sure that one's for everybody, right?
Hamilton, I would say for everyone because it's rap, so they make it hip hop based.
Yeah.
But it's telling a story of a white man.
And
But you have black actors.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were singing, both male and female singing. I'm talking about singing.
man,
And just doing their thing. But yeah, it was a wonderful trip. So
how do you feel about New York? When the last time you been to New York?
man, 2017.
Okay, so
when
it's
my
been a-
stepbrother got married.
It's
So
been a
whenever
minute.
that was.
It's been a minute for me too.
Yeah.
And so
When the last time you been?
I think 2018. was the last
Okay,
time I've been.
okay.
And then of course I used to live there for people that didn't know
Yeah.
for a little bit. So I have that city has a special place in my heart.
It should.
And then I
It
saw
should.
him up there.
Yeah.
On Instagram posting. I'm just like, yo, that,
You need to get
I felt
back.
the vibes through the gram.
Yeah. Yeah, New York's amazing. I wouldn't live there.
Yeah.
I think I would have what is it called? Dual living, not dual citizenship,
But
but
bi-coastal
bi-
or whatever.
Not even
like,
bi-coastal. I want to stay in Charlotte because I
Okay.
like the weather and just the school system, and it's not too much of
yeah,
that rah-rah.
the cost of living isn't
Correct.
crazy.
Cost of living, everything works out.
Yeah.
New York is just for motivation,
Yeah.
inspiration, going, just walking in the city first thing in the morning. No one's out there. Just, it was just, man. I expressed it to you on the phone. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's very hard to put in words.
Yeah. But at the same time, everybody who been knows what you're talking about too. They can feel
True,
it. You know
true,
what I mean?
true.
Like if you know what he's trying to get at. It's
Yeah.
just the energy of the city. And I would love to have a reason like you. I wouldn't want to live there again, but I would love to have a reason to have to go a lot. Whether it's
Right.
businesses up there or something where it's one time out of the month I'm in New York for the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So
Yo.
one thing we didn't get to do is say Happy New Year to all the listeners that we have.
Yeah.
It's a new year, so Happy New Year's to you guys. What kind of New Year's person are you? Are you you have resolutions, or you have a new year, new me? Like what's Eastside Johnny's New Year's like?
It's another day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely another day.
so it doesn't feel none of that for you.
No. I'm gonna let you rock out, and then I'll tell you what I feel about New Year's.
I'll say it's I'm the same way now. I used to be very, and I still set goals. I still have intentions. I have conversations at the end of the year with myself. Just kind of all right, what do I want to do? But I'm never okay, January 1's here, so now this is what I'm on.
Right.
It's when I feel that way, I try to make it happen as I'm doing it. So in November, December, I'm like, okay, let's do this, be better. But I'm not the new year, new me. I'm not the, I need to change this drastically because for one, that never really works.
Right.
It works for a couple of days.
Yeah.
You see people at the gym. It works for a little bit,
And then it's.
and I'm glad y'all out of here. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at on New Year's. But I do love the way a New Year kind of just feels sometimes, though.
So I guess it's going back to me because you definitely gave me a look.
That's all.
So for me, New Year's is kind of with the seasons. I do look at that.
Okay.
Because it's still cold and things are dying.
Yeah.
And so I feel again, you remember episode maybe 1, I spoke on how April Fool's, how it became April Fool's is because it's not truly the implication of time.
Yeah.
So I kind of look at that. And then also on a personal level, I look at my birthday being the beginning of my year.
Facts. That's dope.
So
That's
yes,
dope. That's your New Year.
Correct.
When your birthday comes.
Yeah. Well, it's ending. So, but yeah. So it's like the ending.
That's
the
cool.
9th, it'd be the beginning, but the end would be the 8th.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that actually. And I think mentally, I never actually thought about it, but mentally, I feel like I'm kind of the same way too. My birthday comes, that's when I get very my year, my personal, whatever the world's doing.
Right.
My year.
It's
It's ended and starting again.
Correct.
And I'm another age, and here's what I want to do in this next age, and all that kind of stuff. So that makes sense.
Yep.
So
and
it's
literally how you said, next age, here what I want to do with this age. So I don't even base it on new year, new me, because essentially these are days.
Yeah. Yeah.
We put a lot of importance on things like that, but it's nah, it's just another day. Be grateful. But yeah, be grateful that you're living, and every day should be an improvement. It shouldn't be once a year.
Yeah.
But
It's funny. Well, on New Year's night, we went to this little house party thing, and my daughter came, and I was upstairs watching the college football game because that was first of all, that was amazing. The timing of like New Year's and the game and like,
how it ended on time.
I was like, what? The universe
only in America.
Really? Like, how did capitalism
capitalism controls time? Surprise!
I was like, how did this happen in real life in real time?
That was crazy.
So I was watching the game, and then her mom says, "Yo, Aubrey's outside with her friends that she met and their parents, and they're lighting fireworks." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "Wait, like Aubrey's lighting them?" She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, so of course the game got to stop. Then I just get up,
like, let me go check.
Because it's like your 8-year-olds out there with a lighter and like and I'm not there, and like.
But then moms was cool with it.
Well, she was kind of watching from like the window.
Okay.
But she still wasn't like in. I need to be in action.
Okay, for sure.
So
especially, the daughter.
Yeah, and she's out there with adults, but like I don't know those. They don't.
True.
I don't know those adults.
True.
You know, if it was you, it's like it's cool. But like I don't know these people,
right.
So. I go out there and she was kind of like, and the lighter wouldn't work. So she's like fumbling with it. And I just watched her for a little bit. She was getting frustrated. She couldn't get it to work. And then finally I was like, I kind of called her name and she jumped because she realized like she didn't know I was watching her. I was like, yeah, I see you out here playing with fire or whatever. And I was like, did you do it? She's like, yeah, I did it one time. I was like, but that's enough. We don't do it anymore. And I could tell she was kind of sad about that. And I was like, I don't want to be that parent that's like, stifling her or whatever. So I was like, yo, next time just come and get me. Say, hey, I want to light fireworks. Will you come out here and help me come? And I'll come and let you do it.
Right.
Because I was like, if something happens to you, these other people are not going to jump on the fire like I'll jump on the fire for you.
Why weren't they helping her? Because I'm assuming there were adults out there.
And that's another reason why I was like,
really?
Yeah,
wow.
they were just kind of they were just there. They wasn't like actively with the kids. They were just kind of just outside.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
No,
yeah. So that's why that happened. So then, long story short, later in the night, because that was before New Year's, and when New Year's happened, a lot of fireworks were going off, and then Aubrey wanted to do it. So then I was like, I'm gonna let her do it because now I'm here. I can supervise. I'm gonna let her just play with fire because you want to give kids the freedom to get confidence, learn, do something dangerous.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, cool. And as long as you do it while I'm here, I'll let you do it. So I let her light it, and she shot him up in the air. Was having a good time. And on the last one, she shot one up, and one of the sparks landed on her jacket. And I saw what happened. Of course, she didn't feel like she had a jacket on. It was burning through her jacket.
What?
So I ran over there and I kind of like beat it off her, and it was like, she has a burn mark on her jacket. She'll know. And then she was kind of like shook. And I was like, and I just, for a parenting moment, I love that because I was like, this thing happened.
Yeah.
What I said happened could have happened, and it did. And I was there to help save you. And she even said, I can't wait to go to school and tell my friends that I got caught on fire and my dad saved me. That's what she said.
Right. That's big.
And then she's like, but she told me, she's like, I'm scared. I'm going to do it again. I was like, don't be scared of it. Just respect fire.
Right.
You don't have to be scared of it, but understand what it can do. So that was like a New Year's learning moment that was like dope. And I don't even know how I got on that, but it was
still also you pretty much like build another sense of trust. Not saying you didn't have trust, but now it's like what daddy says really goes.
It's
like he's looking out for my best interest. So now she may not even second guess what you say, which makes it even better.
That's why when it happened, I was just like, I'm not glad it happened, but I'm glad it wasn't a big fire. It didn't get in her hair.
It could have been worse.
You know what I'm saying? It could have gotten her hair.
Right. But it was enough to say, here's a lesson.
It was enough for
listen to your father.
For an 8-year-old to be like, shook. It's enough for that.
That's crazy.
If she didn't have a jacket on, she would have felt the burn and would have got it off faster. But it was sitting there burning. She didn't feel it.
That's crazy. It could have been bad.
That's what I'm
happy.
saying. Yeah.
So was it going to engulf, or was it just like going through?
It was just going through, like same.
But still, that would have been bad.
Yeah. I think I don't think it would have been that bad, but it's still enough. You don't want to have a little burn mark on you,
right?
From
and
fireworks.
then she probably keep that for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a brand.
Yeah. So that was.
K-Dot saving people during the holiday. Look at you now. You Superman. What's new?
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm Superman to her right now.
Me. Dang. Even though we just said we dispelled that myth, but you know what I mean. You know the vibes. Exactly. All right. That's what's up. I have nothing to add to New Year's because I literally, like I said, man, nothing.
Were you at the
I went
house?
to bed.
I was down with that. And then her mom and they were like, "Yo,
well,
go out. All right, I'll go." Because New Year, to me, New Year's is, I don't like New Year's because it's a scary night for me.
Yes,
it seems like there's just a lot of energy out there that I want to make it to the next day, to January 2nd, and a lot of people feel like they don't, or like something happens, a fight breaks out, there's drunk drivers everywhere, firework accidents, shootings, people shooting in the air with the guns, which we heard that, and I hate that.
Right.
Because the bullets do come down. And it's just stuff like that. I'm like, I just want to be in my house,
chilling.
my people and vibing.
I just lied. I did go to my mother's.
Okay.
So she did have something there, but at midnight, like I saw the same thing watching the game, and everybody said the same thing, like, "Wow, they really playing this to a T." And then after that, it was like Happy New Year's, and then bro, we out. Like,
Yeah.
Ollie stayed over there. I went home, and then I slept.
Yeah, I was ready for the bed.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, because she was trying to hang around Aubrey, and I'm like, it's time to go.
Right. Because I mean, I don't know. I like the fact that we're off work, or like we had that. This year was weird because
Sundays.
Christmas was on Sunday, so New Year's was on Sunday
I think
too.
so too. So then we had the following
Monday,
off.
2 Mondays.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I kind of liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, and this is random, and this is very random, but like, what's your thoughts on work? Because a coworker and I was speaking, and it was like, what's the necessity of working 40 hours? Because typically, and we kind of alluded to this this week when we spoke, that a lot of work can get done within a 2-hour mark, a 2-hour power mark, or power hours.
Yeah.
And so we were just thinking, like, what's the necessity? And we keep saying capitalism, but then it's like, I mean, you can make money. I don't know. I was just curious if you ever thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a weird relationship with work because I don't like to work.
Yeah.
I like to work on what I want to work on.
Correct.
But I think, like you said, if I can get my work done in 3 hours, a power hour.
Yeah.
You can get a lot done in like you're focused, you're in it.
No distractions.
But as soon as I get out of that, and there's a lot of wasted time.
Yeah.
A lot of wasted time.
Yep.
And sometimes it depends on what you do. The project needs to be done by a certain date. So most people pace themselves. I don't know. Work to me is just, I think it's changing. And I think a lot of corporations and bosses don't like to hear that.
Right.
Because it's their job to make sure things happen. So they have to kind of micromanage to a degree.
Right.
But luckily my job, they don't really micromanage me that well, but I got to just keep delivering though. That's the thing. Though.
True.
So don't work hard, work smart.
Absolutely.
And get it done. Like just get it done.
Get it done.
The time, I don't care about the time personally.
True.
Just
I like
get it done.
deadlines. I like that because, like you said, you can manipulate time.
Yeah.
And it's your oyster. You know, the world's your oyster. Like, if you do one day want to just knock it out the park,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is now you have the rest of the time to relax.
Yeah.
So
if you think about it, it's like school. Whenever they give you a project, some kids
Yep.
waited till the last day. Some kids started right in the first day.
True.
I was the last day.
Really?
A second kid.
I was the opposite. I was
Were
the-
you?
yeah,
So-
I was-
and again,
Yeah.
it's all about deadline though.
Right.
Did you get it done?
Did you get it done? And the grades probably came out the same, the whole 9. So it really doesn't matter. But, you know, I do think, I like where you say you work at your own pace. Because that's, as I'm getting older, realizing like, yeah, that's the way of the game. If
Yeah.
you ever want to just not burn yourself out or be happy. Because I was like, damn, we work hell of a lot. And like, we really be sitting here the entire year waiting on vacation.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that, like, to me, that's a crazy way to live, but I get it because I was part of it and now I'm trying to unlearn that. But like, I don't know. It's just something we thought, like I spoke to a coworker about and I want to bring here. And I'm curious to hear what they think. So
Yeah.
definitely DM us or whatever because I'm just curious to know what people think about that.
It's crazy because we're on this earth and then we die. And it's like, while you're on this earth, it's like, I was a mechanic,
Right.
and I started a business, or I died trying to start this business. It's just like, but aside from that part of life, what
Correct.
was your life about?
Right.
And sometimes people are just like, I came here to work and then die. Like what, you know, if you can find a balance where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, I got work done. And now I'm able to take the next 2 weeks and just kind of coast. And I left work early. I went to the gym or went to a walk around the park. Like it's just like I did other things because we're going to die no matter what. And
Correct.
money's money. The thing is that people that have the best lives, I feel like they don't work. Like a lot of times, I'm not going to say who is, but somebody gets mad at me because I don't do a lot of, she has a busy work
You
job.
just gave away the sex. Lord have mercy. Gonna tell your ass some clues for you to figure out who the fuck he's talking about.
She has a busy work job.
Right.
And my job is more of a project-based and thought-provoking job. So sometimes she's like, yo, I feel like I do way more work than you do. And you make more than I do. And it's like, it's not about the actual what you're doing. It's about the value you're giving
Correct.
to the company.
Absolutely.
And
Can I piggyback on
Yeah.
the point though? I don't even think it's I think it's like the value your profession is to the masses.
yeah.
Because think
yeah.
about it. Imagery, videography, social media, that's necessary now. That's
Right.
like a lot of people make money YouTube.
Right.
You are specialized in that area. So they depend upon you to get that done. Her job may not be as integral to like the masses or everything. Like I'm an accountant. So with accounting, that is a necessity until computers take over.
Right.
But even then, you still have to kind of, troubleshoot the computer, understand that, and understand like what you're putting into it. So I hear what she's saying in that regards, but like it's like, look at what I do,
right? Yeah,
compared to what you do.
And that's the thing,
right?
And that's the value. And it's almost the same conversation about when you talk about the NBA and WNBA.
Yeah,
not to make it a male and female thing, but
the
money that is generated from men's basketball is so big compared to the other one that you pay them more because we're making so much more money off of you versus that. So it's that kind of thing as well. But
I just thought about the name of the podcast or the title, Clearly Capitalism, because it all comes down to that. They only care about the men because if the WNBA brought in more revenue, the tables would turn. But, we can't tell women that. In 2023, I'm not trying to be Joe Budden, but I do agree with him. I am not like batting no eyes. I'm saying what I want to say.
Yeah.
Women going to argue this, but no, if they brought in more revenue, tables would turn instantly.
Yeah, it's the money.
It's not this man and woman thing. Yeah. It's not sex. It's not that women can hoop because it's mad women that can hoop. And it's not as entertaining because they can't dunk. And it's not as aggressive. Right. Well, no, that's a lie.
No, it is aggressive.
It's aggressive, but maybe because I will say this: the aspect of seeing like LeBron James, 6'8", 210, running full speed, stop at that's different than seeing what's the Canadian? The Drake got a crush on her. The tall one, I forget her name.
I forgot.
Anyway, she's dope as hell.
She's dope,
But I don't see myself necessarily watching that game.
Yeah. I will say the one sport that I really do enjoy is women's soccer.
Yes.
Whenever the World Cup.
See, but that's a different. But do they make more? No, they still make less.
They still make less, but they still make. I think they still make pretty good money. Or they had some type of thing going on. When I watch men's soccer and women's soccer, I do enjoy watching both of those.
Yeah, same here. I mean, you might have an argument there, like because in that juncture, I think they still kind of pull in comparable to the men.
Probably. Or I know viewership is comparable.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We're saying like men are getting more incentives and things of that nature. And soccer, that kind of destroys.
It's kind of point. But
again, a random moment with Eastside Johnny about to give you my government. Y'all don't need that.
Capitalism.
Capitalism. But so going back to the new year, because I definitely took us off center.
I took us off too, but
true.
We're going all around this place.
But I do want to say like with the new year, I do like that people are trying to do better. So even though I dispelled that whole idea of like new year, new me, it's still great that people are trying to be better.
Yeah, so trying to be better
I do like that.
That makes sense. People are trying to at least put the effort in.
Put the effort or speak it into existence as opposed. I just ask that you all stop waiting because each day is an opportunity to change what was tomorrow.
And December 31st and January 1, there's no difference.
It's kind of irrelevant. It's just another day.
If you want to just make a stand to say I want to do this, just start then.
Right now. Absolutely.
And like companies do, capitalism, you start to plan for next year in the end of fourth quarter. You don't wait till January 1 to start planning. You should have those conversations in November and October, December about that way so that it's a rolling start. You're not on the line stopped and then going because you can go a lot faster on the rolling start. But
I have one more topic that's from this and then we can definitely move on.
Yeah.
But when we talk about projecting, right?
Okay.
My therapist and I had a conversation about this because I deal with being in the future a lot and not appreciating the present. And that's why it's the present. So when you say that, I agree. But then as I kind of learned that, it's like, damn, as I asked him, like, how do you, clearly it's a balance. Balance is important, but it's like, as a man, how do I stay in the present? Because it's our job to provide. It's our job to do many things. And like you said, it's natural for us to think, what's the next step?
Right.
We're trying to find a solution. So I'm curious your thoughts to hear, like, kind of taking in that information myself. Like, if someone told you to focus on the present, how would your life change? Or how would that make you feel? Or what would be your thought to that?
I think you'd be happier.
Okay, for sure.
So for sure, when you're in the moment, you're happier in the present. So I think when you think about a man, men that aren't happy are usually because their present isn't where it wants to be.
Okay.
Their day-to-day possibly could be. But then, like you said, as men, we got to be visionaries. We have to provide. We have to see things kind of before it gets to the family to be able to make moves before it gets there.
Right.
So we have to kind of balance those two things. But I think that living for your own personal development, like being a man sometimes feels like you have to be a man for everyone around you. Like the superior man invokes being able to help bring your biggest value to the world around you, not just you. But when you put it back on just you, then the present matters a lot for that, I feel like. Because it's like, okay, my day-to-day, who I am today, the present, how can I make this better for me selfishly?
Right.
A lot of times men can't, or not men can't, because some people don't. But if sometimes if you're a good man, you feel guilty for putting yourself first.
Bro, that's Pandora's box. Like, you just open that, because that's the God's honest truth. It's like, damn, every time I can speak to that, put myself before, it's like, why this could have been for him, Ali, or this could have been for my mom, and it's like, nah, dude, we should honor ourselves more, which goes back to the pod. Y'all need to check our podcast. We putting gems out there. Remember, I think it was the last one with self-care.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just something that as I get older, I'm realizing is very important, and being introduced to being more so in the present. As you mentioned, I realize I am happier. But I also realize my present impacts my future.
It does.
Because I'm so happy now that...
How can I continue this? And you start making the right decisions to continue
it. Not even thinking, like, how can I, like, naturally. I'm even speaking on because it's, like, damn, I got so many thoughts. I saw a post the other day where this lady basically said that whenever you win, you should never think about the loss. Or you shouldn't be like, yes, I'm winning today, but tomorrow might be different. Who cares? The energy of the world kind of works with you. So if you say, because it's understood in any business, there will be times where things will lull or not go as steady as they were. That's common. But that doesn't mean it's a setback. It means you're just, it's a lull momentarily and then you're progressing. So I say all of that to say, being in the present, personally, I can attest to what you said and like confirm for myself that I have become more happier because the worry of tomorrow it's not pressuring me. I'm able to think solely of today, move solely for today. And then from doing that, I realized my tomorrow was just better. Because I honored myself in all aspects of the present. So
no, that's real.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man.
And that's a good, if you can understand that deeply, you can understand how you can kind of every day, how we live our days is how we live our lives. Right. So if each day, it eventually ends up to the whole year. And if you have that same mindset, like you said, and you said the energy of winning, it's an energy. And if you keep that energy rolling, then you're going to keep winning. But if as soon as you say, I won, and you're like, okay, I'm scared, I'm not going to win again. Or, dang it, now I got to try again tomorrow. It's like, no, just keep rolling with that, and it'll happen for you because it's in you, you know?
Even when you take a loss, though, like, just because you took a loss, using a football analogy, that's 1 out of 18 games. You still can win the Super Bowl. And so a lot of people get caught up on that loss because, no one likes to lose. No one likes to, no one. But if you take the mindset of, abundance and saying, okay, I can take this L, and it's just an L. Like, look at it as for what it is. It's a loss. The end.
But it's not a loss to who I am. It's not a loss.
It's just
it's life circumstance.
It's life circumstance.
But who I am is still grounded in who I am. Therefore, I can still move and know that tomorrow I can conquer whatever I had because I conquered it today.
Absolutely,
that's dope.
Yeah. So what's the next topic?
I feel like going from that topic to this one is like.
I mean, hey, some people might need a little change up.
All right, so where we at? Question. And I don't know how honest. We're gonna be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever gone through a woman's phone that doesn't have to be your girlfriend, but just someone that you're seeing in a more than a friendship way? Have you ever went through their phone?
No.
Never.
I'm trying to think, but no.
All right. So then, if you never purposely went through their phone, have you ever accidentally seen something in a girl's phone and was like,
yeah.
How did that?
Okay, I definitely started assuming, and that's just bad. Don't like but literally I was picking it up and handing it. But saw something, I was like, what does that mean?
All you need is a little seed, and then it's like...
Right. But not even looking, it's like, what does that mean? But it was nothing. And so...
Like, it was nothing, like, y'all confirmed that it was nothing, or you were like, nothing to you?
One, I didn't confirm, because I will keep it a buck. I'm going to stay 10 toes down and not act like, I'm bothered.
Right.
But, I mean, as time continued, you saw it was nothing.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm going to keep it a bean. The reason why I don't is because I don't want them in my phone. Because I got shit in there.
And maybe, and usually I always say, like, when you're not guilty is not the right word, but when you have something, you don't try to project that, because it's like,
for sure,
you don't want that back on you.
For sure. And then one more point to that, the translation of what you see, because like our text messages can be wild.
Right.
And if the outsider reads those messages, they can misconstrue a lot of shit.
Right. They don't know what the nuance, they don't know the joke, they don't know the context.
There you go. Like, yeah. So then me putting myself in that mindset is, let's just say she's talking to a homegirl and they talking about some dude. It is okay for your lady to like someone else. That's natural. But the way she giving it up to a homegirl may be on a different level that impacts you and your ego and everything else, where it's like, ooh, I felt that. It's like, you like homeboy, so that's why also I try not to get in there, because an ex went in my phone and misunderstood everything. And it blew everything out of proportion. Yeah. So that's my long, short reason on why I don't do it. What about yourself?
Yeah, I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
All it takes is one time.
Okay. You got that pow pow. That pow pow.
And it was the pow pow because, when it was a girl that I was seeing, but we weren't, it was a while ago, and we were not official. But sometimes you can be with a girl and be like, there's no way she's seen other dudes, because she always with me. Like, how... Facts. Like, you don't have much time, because every time, like, you can tell, because you can tell when somebody likes you. So she liked me, but we were not an item.
Fully committed. Okay.
Yeah. And one time, I can't remember, but somehow, like, I think we were looking at something on her phone, and it was in my hand, and she had to go outside to do something. So it was just in my hand, and I'm nosy. I was nosy. I shouldn't have done that. And I went.
Hold on. Were you younger?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make sure, because he's not going through people's phone right now in 2023 or before. Okay.
And definitely not now, because the pow pow I got, I'm traumatized by phones. Like if a girl has a phone out near me, I will like look away.
You'll look away. Okay. Like, but I interrupted. Finish the story, because don't give it away.
Okay.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
So I was like, yo, it's here. I'm like, I'm gonna go through, and I opened one text, and the top text was a dude.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, but there's plenty of news. Like, I don't know who does whatever. So then I click it, and then like, I didn't have to scroll much, and it got spicy quick. And
Care to share a little something? I know you remember it.
It was more like, what I want to share. Here we go. It was more like, it was spicy in the sense of like, I can tell that they have got up before. Like, they've hung out
during y'all, like,
and they had, like, I was mentioned. So like, so I guess it was like, and I don't know who this was, but I saw my name a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, look, so that's why I didn't think anything of it. But I could tell she didn't like him that much, because the way she was giving it up was like, he was giving up more on her than she was to him.
Okay,
and he was like trying to be spicy, and she was just kind of like going along with it.
So was your name thrown out there to maybe keep him at bay?
Possibly.
Okay.
At this point, my hand's shaking. Like, I can't.
Yeah. You saw that, and it was like, I feel that's a real feeling, bro, and you can't control it. Just be like, I feel you.
At this point, my hand's shaking, and she's about to come back. So I'm like, I'm scrolling quick.
Yeah.
And then I saw like a little nude.
From who?
From her. Right. So now I'm like, all right, word. So now, but then I was like, all right, cool.
Was it a recyclable one? Like one that was sent to you? I must know.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
And it was mid. Which is cool, because see, one thing that I will launch off this planet is if that a girl I'm talking to is sending spicier news than she sends to me to someone else.
Then you upset, okay?
Because now I'm mad.
I'm upset regardless, but I can dig it.
I'm mad because imagine, like, one thing, a little like, oh, a little cute leg shot, right, whatever, being but cute. But if she like giving it up,
is that so? I'm curious, because it's my first time hearing this story. Giving it up What was shown?
No, so this was not a give up. This was just
Okay.
like a little like being cute, like
Nip slip.
yeah,
Okay.
like that
Okay.
kind of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the one time, and since then I'm like, I don't want to know.
I'm not done with the story. You're not done either.
What's up? I mean, yeah.
So then, shaking hands.
Yeah, handshaking.
She comes back.
Heart pumping.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just close out, and I put the phone down, and the hard part is now I gotta act like nothing's wrong.
That's what I was wanting to know. Like, so you put the phone down when you were holding it? Like, she didn't say, why did you put my phone down?
No, because it was kind of like, no, because she came back in, and I think we were looking at for a restaurant or something. We were something, and it's like, put it down, and then we came back and just left and went to the restaurant, whatever. But I had to spend that whole day with like, because you can't tell them how you think. You can't bring it up. Like,
No.
as a man, you're not going to
right.
do any of
And
that.
you weren't supposed to see it.
And I wasn't supposed to see it. I was, like I said, it's pow for me. Pow.
Jesus have mercy.
And sometimes we need pows in life to set us on the right track.
Did you pay for the dinner?
Yeah, I had.
So you had to do it.
I kept it. I kept it G.
Ooh,
I kept
good shit, but
I kept it G.
ooh.
And I had more fun with her later after that, because it's just like I gotta.
Now you don't care.
Now I don't care, and I gotta release this aggression somewhere, because right now my hands were shaking. Like inside of me, I was turning. You know what I mean? So now I just gotta now I know what time it is, and I also know that if I wanted to make her mine, that would stop too, though. Because I'm the one that was just kind of like, just keep it cool.
I mean, yeah, that's why
I
she
mean?
probably was doing it. But it's like, would you want to keep it? But you clearly didn't, because I wouldn't. After that, I would have been.
Yeah.
But then now that's bullshit on my part, because if you think about it, if you're non-committal to her, she doesn't have to be that to you.
And
So that's
and
bullshit. I
men's
call myself
ego
out. Y'all like
sometimes.
that shit, don't you?
That was really good, though.
That was real good. It was honest though.
And that's men's ego, where it's
Yeah.
like, I can do this, but you can't do this.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You know?
So
And so she kind of dished it back and was like, and again, she wouldn't want me to know that was going on.
correct, or else she would have. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, that was my pow. And
man.
till this day, I will never, like I told you, even if it's just a friend girl that's like, we're not intimate, nothing, I don't want to see your phone.
Let me ask you a crazy question.
What's up?
Even though I just asked already one, would you want to know if you were getting cheated on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to know. But I would want to know so that I know how to move from there. I don't want to know. I don't want to go and snoop and find out. In a way, like I don't want to find out that way, but I do want to know, because it's done. We're done. Like, it's
So what
not-
if you? I mean, so you're done. Someone cheats on you.
Yeah,
Why?
because I think that I give enough space in my relationships and in my friendships that I feel like I'm going to be straight up, and I'm the type of person that you can kind of tell me things, and I'm not going to try to overreact. I'm going to try to just see things in a different way. And if we have any type of relationship, you know that I'm not the type of person that's going to try to fly off the handle. So like, if there's an issue, you can kind of bring it. We can talk about it. It can be a thing. To feel like you need to kind of like go behind the back or whatever. I mean, I just think that's, and the real answer is just ego.
I mean, that's real.
I'm not, especially when there's so many women in the world and there's so many, I'm a great dude. So it's like,
Well, that's so many women in the world thing. I think that's bullshit.
you don't think there's a lot of women in the world?
No, I don't think you many soulmates for you in the world, because like,
But is
in
my
that case, you'll have
soulmate
chicks
is my
every day.
soulmate cheating on me though?
Maybe. Because we got to figure out like who told us cheating was bad.
I think cheating is not bad if you guys have a real relationship that's understanding. But I think the cheating isn't bad. It's the distrust.
The distrust.
That part that's bad.
Okay. I understand
Because
that.
now you're my partner, but now I don't trust. Every time you leave the house, I'm like, all that questions coming up. It's like, how can we be fruitful?
But let me ask you this: you don't think you can work through it? Because in any relationship, it's going to be something that kind of puts y'all at odds, where you will have to work through it. So you don't think that's like, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like maybe that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to know like what are people deal breakers in regards to cheating? Because I mean, there's many forms of cheating, many aspects of cheating. Like you can have a work wife,
Right. Yeah.
and
Right. So I think it's what level.
it's Is it a level?
So,
Because cheating is cheating.
No,
It's
I think
like
there's a level.
okay.
There's a level. I think there's obviously some distrust, and when you're flirting, it's
Mm-hmm.
texting, it's a coworker, you're just very flirty, very friend like that. Maybe if you were single, y'all would explore, but nobody's
Yeah.
crossing the lines.
Yeah.
But when it becomes a physical act
Mm-hmm.
and or deceitful, like you said you were here and you were there,
Right.
That's when it's getting to that point
True,
for me.
true.
And that's when we're kind of cross the line where I feel like we can't come back from.
Would you ever ask like why?
Yeah, and that's one point I was gonna say to you.
Okay.
If I'm being the man that I want to be, and I'm doing the things that I feel like is right,
Right.
and you cheat, that's when it's unforgivable. But if I'm not doing something right, I'm being this guy, I'm kind of not treating you the way you need to be treated.
Yeah.
I'm being a bad boyfriend.
Yeah.
And you cheat, then it's like, all right, well, I have
Yeah.
been.
I agree.
You know
I
what I
agree
mean?
wholeheartedly with
But
that
if
response.
if you being that guy to
Yeah.
her, and she does that,
Yeah.
then you're
then
done.
you kind of yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like I think if you putting your best foot forward, as you mentioned, and you're being everything like you said, and she cheats, I'm a weirdo. I would want to know why, and I would try to see if I could overcome it. But I'm a Scorpio, and that's dumb too. I hate when people put shit. I'm about to stop doing a lot of shit. I am me. I am not a Scorpio. I am me. I would try that shit, but in the back of my mind, in my heart of heart, I'm gonna be like, the first time Shorty at work holler at me, it's on.
And I'm not a Scorpio, and I feel you. What?
That's why I took it away. Because it's like, you know what, and so that's negative, but like, that's, honestly, I would either like, it depends, it's levels. Like if it's wife, we'd probably go to therapy because I feel like to death do us part. And I really want to live with that commitment because I don't know what the future may hold for me.
You're absolutely right. If it's wife, I'll reconsider.
Now, if it's girlfriend, well, hold on. We got girlfriend, wife, too. It's so many levels to this. Because, like, what if you have a 5-year girlfriend and now you're, y'all are now, like, engaged. And life is just, it's just so much. But at the end of the day, I kind of agree with you.
I think it's too early for a girlfriend.
5 years?
Yeah, even if it's still not, we didn't take that step. If we've been married for 8 years and it happens, okay, it's been 8 years with the same person, marriage, kids, But if it's like, it's supposed to be good right now. Like we're dating. I just proposed. Like life is supposed to be the best part. If in the best part there's this ditch that happened, that can send the whole car off the road because
it's not the true ride. I got one more before I forget, and then we can definitely be done. What if she told you while you were on your knees, like she say yes, but then she's like, I have to come clean to you. 2 years ago, and y'all were in bad terms, and you're aware of it. I went out and did my thing. That's my final one, everyone, because I just want to get this. I'm curious because relationships are weird, and like we're in 2023 since we're doing everything new. I think that's something like we all should start thinking of because I hear it's bad out here.
Yeah. I think because of the guy that I am, if there's a very strong chance that I will never find out, don't tell me.
No, I'm saying she did. Like she told you out of like.
But I'm telling her like you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that.
So the shit changed.
You shouldn't have done that.
That's real.
Unless it's like it was one of your homeboys, and like 5 years from now it might slip up and someone's drunk and now it's a problem. Then let me get in front of this now.
Ooh, that might cut deep.
It's still gonna suck, but
it's
better to hear from you than 5 years later we're at a party and your homeboy says something slick and it's like, and now you're blindsided and you've been married and everything's good. But at least I know going in. So when I see him, I'm like, I already know what it is. We know what it is. He might not even know that I know that Cabo thing. But yeah, when she told me, because again, like you said, what I was going to say is I'm not a Scorpio, but I feel the same way. I'm looking for revenge. And that's just
all summer. What is it? All summer?
All summer 23.
Oh, 23? All summer 23?
I've been looking for revenge.
Looking for revenge.
Yeah. Because it's like, I've been looking for revenge.
Yeah.
So, and that's why don't tell me. If there's a chance that I will never find out, and it truly was in the past, and we're good, then just don't tell me.
Don't tell you.
Because now it's the person I am. It's just gonna be there. Even if I release it, which
That's
I could.
real. That's real.
But like you said, the second someone shows some interest, like I'm not trying to get with her, but she's beautiful and she's like
Yeah.
giving the vibes.
Yeah.
I can do a little touch.
Yeah.
I can, you know what I mean? Because she.
Oh no,
you know
I'm
what I mean?
going.
Like,
I look at like this. Honestly, if I really love that woman, I'm saying, yo, you gonna hall pass it.
Yeah.
That's how we gonna do this.
And then we end in the hall passes.
And we collectively together. But you know, like I got on my knees, I proposed. You shared that with me later tonight. I'm gonna look at her and say, I love you.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, I've already invested this time. Yes, it might have been some bullshit, but time is true. So if you can't necessarily see it, because we're human, we slip up. Like I said, it's gonna always be, and I'm not talking of anything personal. These are just crazy ideas.
It's
so
conversation.
before y'all try to DM or guess who it is, my life is up. It's not that. So let's not even go there.
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm the type where I'll say, yo, I'm gonna smash. Matter of fact, I'm an asshole with that. I'll be like, you're gonna find who I fuck tonight. Dude, you just proposed to her. You're saying I want to commit my life to you. I'm out of the game, and now she introduced that bullshit to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it, because then at that point it's like, how much do you want this?
Like,
Because I very well may just get to that point and not fuck her or like fuck the other chick.
Yeah.
But just like let her burn. Like that's how that shit feels.
yeah.
So like if you want to get on this ride and you want to be married, understand that's how I feel. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I get over it.
Yeah. I think eventually I would definitely get over it, but it just needs to. I don't know. That's a rough one, because again, it changes your whole idea of timelines. It changes your whole idea of a person. And not saying one mistake does everything like that. Not saying one mistake can change somebody, but that's just one thing. Especially marriage. Especially if you're being the man you want to be. I'm providing. You have a nice home. You have this. Tiffany's like, I treat you well. This life you have is good.
Right.
Then I need mine. Like I need to have.
But let me say this too, to that point, and this is the crazy part. You can do all that and that person never sees it, because we all live in different realities. So like I wholeheartedly agree with like, Mama, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, but then Shorty might be like, but that's not what I needed.
Yeah.
You're providing what you think I need because of ego or what have you, but like, what do I need? So I don't know. I feel you.
And that sounds like that might be a cheat out of lack. So maybe you were not giving her what she needed, so she felt like she had to go somewhere and this and that. And again, to me, if we're married, that's communication. That's conversation.
That's what I was about to say. At the end of the day, it does come down to communication. Well, just engaged, married. But communication is still very important in this regard. So,
But long story short, I've never gone through her phone since. Never will. I have no interest in it. And again, because I don't want nobody, like you said, going through my phone. It's up. It's up. And and don't send fire news to someone else other than me.
Yeah, send me nudes. I'm single.
So don't do that.
I like nudes.
that's my.
You go ahead.
That's my love language, though,
bruh. I told you I'm giving it. I like nudes because like I don't want to swap my energy anymore. I don't want to have sex unless I really want to be with like that person. So if she send me nudes, it's fucked up, but I might just use it for that.
Yeah.
You're going to get it in return, but like, I'm going to keep it a bean. Like, definitely send nudes. I'm lying.
Is this an ad?
Don't
this is an ad
nudes.
reported by.
Kinda don't send nudes.
No, but I feel you on the energy thing. Like sometimes you'll see a girl, she's attractive, and it's like, but my energy's already tied up, or her energy isn't the greatest.
Right.
I don't actually want to experience this person in real life, but man, she is attractive. Oh my goodness.
It's someone in common. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm pretty sure.
You 100% sure. That motherfucker bad. We both can agree.
Yeah.
We both. I know, like.
But taking the time to have energy with that woman and all that is like, I don't want to.
Bro, it's so hard because it's like, what do I gain other than sex?
Yeah.
I think we're getting old.
Maybe.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, just wiser, older, and it's a better decision. Young me. We in the streets. It's like I don't care. I'm just trying to move and shake. I want to touch everything I can. Now I'm more like, if you could just send me a nude and whatever, I appreciate it.
Cool
you
with
look
it.
great, but I do not want.
And it never leaks.
That's one. That's definitely a love language for me.
Yeah. But
and not everyone can. You have to find the right kind of woman that's okay with that though. Every woman is not. I've been to women that aren't into news, and that's fine. I don't pressure them, but me being a photographer, me being the kind of creative guy that I am, like.
Well, I think all men are visual beings. So I think we,
sure. No.
Like,
I'm not trying to take that from men.
Don't put that on yourself too much. Like, I want to see some ass.
But I'm saying I also want to take my own of you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you nasty.
Well,
this 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah,
this
100%.
50 Shades of. I can't get a Mac. Cray. I want to say Cray. He might be crazy.
Mac,
he might be crazy.
This is
50
true.
Shades of Cray.
That's
true. Lit. But yeah. Anyway, for New Year's, definitely send me nudes. While we at it, I'm lying. Like I'm definitely not having sex, but like, yo, send me them nudes, bro. It's getting dry out here.
It's cold outside. I don't want to be out.
My thumbs and fingers and stuff cold. You know.
All right,
my right hand rested.
Last topic. So there was this a video going around or a conversation going around about when women want to be with. When women come across the male friend group and they see that their man is not the alpha, they feel a way about it.
Okay.
Right? And the conversation that I heard, they were saying that what women don't understand is that when men have friend groups, there's never really one dominant alpha. There's dominant depending on what the event or situation or location is. So for example, if you met your friends in the club and your man isn't the one that bought the section, your man isn't the one that's buying the bottle, so you think, oh man, I should have, like, I got the wrong one. I should have been with the guy the balling. But in the friend group, the boys know that, yeah, that's that guy we go to for the club. Like he's our club connect. He's the one that we all have a great time when we go out with Bob. Right. But the same friend group goes out to a flag football tournament. Now Rob is the baller on the team, so therefore we look to him for direction. And because we want to win. Same thing as if we're going to a car show. Rob has the cars. Not Rob, I already use Rob.
I got you.
Bill has the cars. So he's the car guy. So he seems like he's the alpha. He has the BMW, is dope. And we all ride in his car because his car is dope. So it's like there isn't like a one solo situation where this is the alpha man and you feel bad because your guy isn't that guy. With men, it's all about what we're doing. We want to win. We want to have a great time.
Right.
So if we want to roll up to the club with a nice car, Will has the nice car. We're going to ride his car.
Right.
That doesn't mean that he's the alpha man. We all kind of riding with. Like it just works for us. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I don't know. I think, and I don't know women's groups, but I sometimes I feel like when there's an alpha woman, she's kind of an alpha woman all the time. Like they kind of look to her. She's the most outspoken one, or she's the one that she's the hottest. Therefore, she's the whatever. Which for men, you can have the most attractive man in your friend group, but it doesn't mean that we look to him to be like, oh, that's the guy we have to listen to. It's just like, if we want to get the girls, we'll send him first. That's it. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say to that point, fuck what women think in regards to our masculinity.
Okay, well, this
like,
is where we're
going.
going.
Like, I don't care what you say, because that's part of the issue, in my opinion, today.
Okay.
We're allowing the opposite sex to set the standard for us, if that makes sense. So when I say to set the standard for us, it's basically like, because she thought he was the alpha, because there's a lot of cats that fall in line. You're just thinking outside the box, because you're saying, yeah, amongst the group, but nah, it actually is some cats who ladies say that to them, and then they'll react. And then they either fuck up the friendship, or like they'll like just move differently based on that seed. I call it the Eve effect. When Adam ate that motherfucker, shit went down the drain. If Adam would have been 10 toes down on who he is as a man and defined his own masculinity, Eve could have said, eat the apple, and he would have been like, all right, baby girl, well then, go ahead and make your apple cider from that. Because, God told me what it is, so I'm going to follow that. And so that's staying true to code. So I say that for shock value and definitely use it, but like, realistically, fuck what they think. I don't give a fuck. If you think Dot's or K-Mac is an alpha, cool, that's what you think.
Right.
Like, he is. Like, I would want to hang around cats that you feel that way about.
Right.
But, one, if your lady's feeling that way about you, that's not your lady. And then, in my opinion, and then two, it's like, birds of a feather flock together. So if I'm rocking with an alpha, then you should know that energy is for me as well.
Right.
So,
and that's right.
Yeah, but fuck all that. And I think that's literally what's going on today. It's like we sit here, watch what women like, and then we tailor our masculinity. We tailor who we are as men, as individuals, to kind of assuage them is the word. I be using big words sometimes and not knowing what it means, but assuage or persuade them to like me. Fuck that.
But it's not. Yeah,
enough
it's not
of that, bro. Because we personally, I've done dumb shit in my life. I spent lots of money. I wasted countless hours of energy trying to make this woman, and you probably know what I'm talking about, see me for who I am. Knowing I'm badass, knowing I'm intelligent, knowing I'm doing this, knowing I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And she never saw it. And bro, that used to kick my ass. We used to talk about it. And like my ego, my personalities. And so like being older now and wiser. And I think that's something also that when you were hitting on like we no longer doing that shit, I think our resiliency is kind of disappearing. We're like, fuck all that. Like I can't keep running this game.
Yeah.
I got to use more wisdom.
Yeah.
And apply that to my life. And so I'm using wisdom now at 33 saying, respectfully, women, I don't give a fuck what you think of me. Like, y'all gonna like me, some of y'all not. And that's cool. But I will respect you. I will treat you right, and you will enjoy yourself. And I think that's what's gonna make it. Answering your question a long way, but that's how I feel about it. It's just like, fuck what they think. Do they care what we think? They do, but they don't. They do, but they don't. Because they know they still got one thing and one thing only that runs this world. And y'all can imagine what that is.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what the and that's kind of what the conversation kind of ended up. What they were talking about. They were this conversation where it's just like the groups as men, we just don't move in that singular thought of like, this person is the all-time king and no one else has. It's more about.
But what's your thoughts on like you didn't express it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with them. I think that it's more about actually from the general topic, it's just more about who we are. Like we're going on vacation, right?
Right.
We're going to South Africa, and there's a guy on the trip that's been there before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's kind of leading the charge, and I'm like, yes, sir, because this is new ground for me. So if I was trying to be an alpha male, I would try to like go in and make things happen. It's like that's dumb.
Yeah,
I think
that's dumb though in general, because if you got someone doing it,
that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Instead of trying
silly.
to just like so I feel like like someone who's insecure might try to show I'm strong too. I know what I'm doing. I did my own research and I found this, and it's like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are not responding to that group chat.
I'm like, no, cool. I'll be there. What time?
Yeah.
Cool,
what time?
Yeah.
What charger to get? Bad. Give me that info. Yeah.
Because I'm
for
like,
sure.
And again, I will look to him as that because he's been in that space before. If somebody wants to go do a video shoot, I would hope they will look to me for that because that's where my specialty is. So it's just like one of those things where it's like, but if you saw someone on the trip, it might be like, yo, that guy's the alpha. They're all listening to this guy talk. It's like, well, yeah, because he's been in this country before and we've never been. And that's just, I think men and women, humans, we want to win. So if you play the sport, there's team captains for a reason. And if you're not a captain, you can feel a way about who the captain is, but at the end of the day, it's better off to just kind of go with what the captain needs and help the team. Because when you try to be combative, you're going to have strife within the team
for no reason.
And the goal is to win.
Right. Yeah. But I was going to ask though, like, and this is my last ask. But even the thought of whomever thinking that person's the alpha, I tend to think like, okay, like what do we do with that? Because it's just a thought. Like that's one person in the grand scheme of things that feels that way. But it's like in the group that we're in, it's multiple other people that may feel that way. So it's like caution yourself before you even care about the ego side and like, oh, that's an alpha and that's not seeing me, because it's like, that's just one person. That's one viewpoint. And as you mentioned earlier, and now we're bringing everything full circle. It's many people in the world. I said soulmate, remember? Yeah. But still, it's many people in the world. So it's going to be many versions, realities that you have to deal with. And that's why communication is key, because we all have to communicate our reality to one another. So like if Shorty say, homie's the alpha, cool. Like that's where it stands. That's where it ends.
Right.
Because she didn't give him powers. She didn't give you less powers, or, so none of this shit really matters. And I think, we should do a better job of not getting caught up on so much because, like you also mentioned prior, life is short. And so we got to focus more so on living and not worried about the miniature things that really doesn't carry any weight.
And usually, and that conversation was from a young girl's perspective. And
I
just
can see that.
Being in the 20s, rah-rah, just kind of conversation, you know what I mean? But I think we turn, this sounds like
Hold on. I want to ask something, though.
What's up?
Because you said a young girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know a lady in her 30s that feels that way. So I don't even think that's a young girl game. And she'd definitely remember this, and that's fine. But guess what? I know she doesn't listen to the podcast, so I'm not even worried. But Shorty fell for fool's gold.
Okay.
Thinking she knows shit.
Okay.
So I do caution women to also be mindful of how you quick to know an alpha male, because the woman that I was alluding to, and I pray she hear this because we can have the conversation. You know, I used to be on her ovaries heavy. You know who I'm talking about. Heavy ovaries. And then she thought somebody was lit because they people got money. Now, self-made nigga. Dude with money. Cool. In the world, I look corny. I look the lesser choice. Right. For sure. Got it. Reality, he's the lesser choice because when things happen with their lives where it came to be a man, we saw who really are men
didn't really step up
boys.
to the plate for that.
Didn't step up to the plate, and all that money that you thought was had is not there because he's a boy. He's not a man. So again, I caution men and women listening. It's very important to know who you are internally and know who you are as a person instead of just kind of like looking at things that is fool's gold, because it's fool's gold. It can be shiny. You grab it and get it in your hand and be like, damn, that's not what I expected. So yeah, I that hit home to me because I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. And I told you in 23, I'm going to keep it a buck. So I pray she hears this. Yes, you fucked up. Not arrogant. It's a fact. But God got you, and I still got your back. So take that as you will.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that, or you think you're getting something because we know guys that their bravado is kind of bigger than they actually are.
Correct.
Or like, oh, we know, okay, yo, he's always fly this and that, but he also has 5 roommates or whatever, and it's kind of like, okay, you don't have a mortgage, whatever. So yeah, you always
you're gonna
fly.
Be fly.
The girls think you're fly, but you also don't have the mortgages and stuff that we have. Your investment, you're like, it's stuff like that where it's like, okay, on the surface, you look like that guy.
You're the winner. Yeah.
And women too. There's girls that are just beautiful, whatever, but you go back and they got a little bed on the floor and like whatever, but they on the ground popping like they need a man that makes 6 figures, and it's like,
I feel like I know who we.
You just need. No.
I'm sorry, because I felt we just connected here because you talking about somebody. I saw the vision.
So I mean, that's, you know,
we'll leave that alone. Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, I mean, I feel like that's a pod.
I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. It felt good to be back.
Yeah, very happy to be back. I think this is great. I think they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and then whenever we come back from, we might do a pod in South Africa.
You are letting a lot out the bag.
What?
That's not supposed to be said.
That we're going to South Africa?
That's fine, but the pod, let that.
Oh, well, I mean, say we might, because I just don't know how.
Definitely post it.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't know what we're going to do.
And then we might come back and just have a whole
But we're going to South Africa. First of all, 2023, talk your shit. We going to South Africa. He's 33. I'm 33. We black. You know black people don't do this. We living the best lives. Black people, hey, let's live. Let's not be all this, no. We living it up. You need to start letting it know. I need to start letting these people know. Bro, we are holding it down. Y'all should listen to the podcast because it's coming from genuine, intelligent black men in a space where 33, he just came back from Universal Studios with his daughter. I came back from New York. I have to talk our shit because I'm tired of us like, we've always discussed privately how we're not seen in the spaces that we're in. And enough of it. Fuck it. We're here. So that's 2023.
I'll call you back. The pod is what it's going to be.
Exactly. You know, you got Corey Mack. You know what I mean? Introduce, let them know. Put the nuts on the table.
The nut, you mean the outro?
Yeah, the outro. But like, talk your shit. I'm talking shit. Talk your shit.
You know, I don't.
Okay, well, I did it for him. Yeah. And I'm going to do it for myself. So, hey, we come with more heat.
Yeah.
We come with more of us. And I hope you enjoyed episode 6.
Episode 6. I'll call you back. Until next time.
We out.
We out.
Peace.